What's up, y'all? We are back at the $1 Million Pool. And in this video, we're gonna update you on the last few weeks of progress, and stick around because at the end, we are doing an in-depth FPV drone tour. I really want you to grasp the full scale of this project as if you were walking around on site. Let's get into it. First and foremost, let's talk about our brand new shiny banner. This banner is 70 feet long. It's going around the perimeter of that whole catch basin. This area of Austin is one of the most luxurious. So all the people in this area are gonna see a giant billboard with Revent Builds on it. What a process it was to get this damn thing up there. The printing company was like, man, this is massive. Like, we've never printed a banner this big. Shout out to Rocket Banners. I do appreciate you guys. It looks awesome. Victor and the crew. We can really just use them for anything. If we have something tough to do, we bring it up to Victor. You know what he says? Okay. He's always game. What we had to do is first get the scissor lift up and drill all of these anchor holes into the concrete walls of the catch basin. Then we had to kind of tack up the banner around the catch basin, and then finally use these concrete screws and anchors at all the different rivets in the whole banner. I think it came out perfectly. I am super pumped about it. If you remember, we're building a supercar garage. So we have to excavate this whole area from the driveway over to the property line. There are so many layers to this. Got to get the fountain out there. We had to take out that whole retaining wall. So we had to chip that all up. It's filled with tons of rebar, had to cut it, get it out. Now that the wall is gone, you can see that this is all solid bedrock. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's great to build on a property like this, but the excavation can really beat you up and wear you down. What you're looking at is the guys using the chipping hammer, and it's like freaking barely scratching the surface. I mean, honestly, I'm like, can we use dynamite out here? The answer is no, because it's residential, there's homes right by. Time is of the essence, let's get to chipping. I know probably many of you are asking, why don't we use a bigger excavator? Well, that's the excavator that Victor owns, first and foremost. Second, a bigger excavator is gonna crack our driveway because it weighs so much. Our clients want to keep the driveway, so we're gonna try to do our best to not damage it. Third, a huge excavator is not gonna fit through this gate. We have 2 stone pillars and a gate that is in the way, and unfortunately, we can't really use a huge excavator. Victor feels comfortable using this one, so you know what? If he wants to beat his head against the wall and it's gonna take him a little more time, he understands. We've talked it through, but we are getting the job done. What's up, y'all? I am seriously fired up to introduce you to our newest sponsor, Biltong Baron. This stuff isn't just jerky, it's a cut above, literally. Honestly, calling it jerky just doesn't make sense. The quality here is simply just on another level. Here's the kicker: 4 ingredients, that's it. Beef, vinegar, salt, spices. No sugar, no preservatives, no weird filler, just pure, clean protein. 32 grams of it, in fact. It's basically just steak in a bag. Visit BiltongBaron.com and use promo code JGB at checkout for 15% off. Now let's get back to the build. Another thing that the guys have been busy doing is taking off all of the stone facade on the existing main house. So this was all behind the pool, kind of the front face over the garage. We're pulling all of this down because the whole entire exterior gets a facelift. We're taking down all the sheathing. We're gonna rip it all down to the studs because we're doing all new structural steel, new framing. A lot of the masonry that we took off the house, we're putting in the space between the house and the pool. That's saving us money on all of our haul-offs, and we're gonna try to use all of that we can around the whole site. We have about 3 more weeks of all of this excavation and kind of all of the pre-site work that we can do before we really dig our teeth into this thing. We're getting ready to do some awesome stuff. We're gonna be documenting it all along the way. You're not gonna wanna miss it. Welcome to Jurassic Park. I present the $1 Million Pool. And honestly, I'm so excited to do this FPV because it's really deceiving just like how huge this property is. You see how you kind of come up the driveway into the property and then boom, it hits you. What a monster. I mean, look at the scale. There's a bobcat down there. This thing is absolutely massive. Remember, we're cladding all of this in stone. This is the catch basin here. That will be all tile. It is gonna spill over. And I love how you can see how that wall just floats. That catch basin is just floating. It's cantilevered over that retaining wall. Just awesome. The precision that it took, the steel forms, this thing is a beast. Now, a lot of people keep commenting on how small the pool is, but get a look at it. Like, it's not that deep. Remember, it's a lounge pool. It's a chill pool like a hotel, but it's not very small. Look at this hot tub. You could put a person and a half next to each one of those jets. I mean, you could fit 14 to 16 people in that thing, no problem, right? We got a beach access right here, and then look at that view. All of that is so you're chilling, looking at downtown, and then to our right is actually an awesome canyon view. Everyone's like, what if the trees grow and block the downtown? It's like, well, we're still on top of the world looking over the beautiful hills, right? All right, come down here. You're gonna see just how much that we excavated all that bedrock, but now we're gonna go through this section between the house and the pool and look at all of our plumbing. This place is actually awesome. It's gonna be under the deck. There'll be gates on both sides so that you can't see it, but what an easy place to put our equipment. Easy access, out of the way, out of sight. I mean, it's an awesome location. Now, coming back to this side of the property, again, a massive foundation. We're about 20 feet tall on this corner, and this is where the game room is gonna be below and the new master suite above. Down the side of the property is also really treacherous. It's like climbing a damn mountain working over there. It's not easy. I also wanna note, you know, we're so high off the ground, I had the guys put in all of this temporary railing just to be safe. I mean, we're going out there with clients, we're going out there with the architects. We want to make sure that everyone is good to go. Here's a good shot at kind of the facade. And now imagine this built up 2 stories on the left with a huge covered patio and a deck to connect the pool and everything. Here we go. Now we're having a mountain of earth that wasn't there before just to use as our path. We're going to try to use all of that to kind of backfill around the pool and that foundation area to bring it back down to grade. I talked about all the stone that was on this site earlier. This is after 8 dump trucks have already hauled it off. Again, just the material disposal, the excavation, the earthwork on this project is such a freaking feat. Right here is where we took out that old retaining wall, and as you can see, all of that is solid bedrock. So we're going through that with the chipping hammer. It's a painstaking process, but we are making progress. The guys had to work their asses off just to get this huge wall out there. Now we kind of built up another ramp so that we can access machines down to this side of the property. If you remember, there was an old patio here. We had to demo out all that concrete. You can see the rebar from some of the old retaining wall, but this whole area, right where we're looking behind the excavator, that whole thing needs to get excavated for our supercar garage. And then we're gonna have the new home entry kind of right above it. But man, think about how much freaking rock we still have to remove. It's just daunting, and we gotta just keep it going. Victor and the guys are crushing it. Now, over on this side, remember there was an existing pool, there was a patio, there was all of that stone cladding on the side of the house. This has been a beast just getting it all out of there. There's still some remains of the pool there. Okay, so what we're doing here, this whole new area is gonna be a slab. The house is expanding all the way out this way. But over here by the garage, you see that different color to the right? That is actually the ceiling of the garage, and that had fiberglass on it. So we're taking all of that out, and that's gonna be a concrete ceiling of the garage. Now moving inside the home, everything you're looking at is gonna get torn down to the studs. Now you can kind of see part of that awesome canyon view and why it's so important to have the pool at this level. This wall that we are looking at is going to be completely obliterated. You're going to be able to see from one side of the house all the way to the other. Let's walk out. Look at how amazing this is. You just walk right out. We're going to have a 30-foot wide sliding glass door out into your gorgeous pool. just walking right out, the convenience, the wow factor, there's downtown right there. This is unbeatable. This is what happens when you have a client with a vision and the budget to back it up. Everyone's like, why didn't you just put it on the ground? Because who wants to walk down a bunch of stairs to get to your pool, right? Like having it at the main level, just think of the wow factor. The water's trickling, people are in the hot tub, your doors are open. That's the money shot. Now we're coming into this kitchen area. So all of this is gonna get blown out. The kitchen's actually getting moved to that back wall, okay? And where those stairs are now is right where those French doors are gonna go. So that's the new stairwell. So we're gonna have to excavate down there, and that's how you get downstairs. There's gonna be an elevator right off of that as well. So that's really tricky, right? We have to excavate, but also retain the earth to make sure that it's safe while we're doing it. And then we have to build retaining walls and concrete steps and the elevator shaft. So this project is just so layered. Coming back on this side of the home, this is a primo spot. This is gonna be the new master suite. The existing master suite we'll go into a second is in the back of the home. There's not enough natural light. It's just not in a prime spot of the view. So moving that is absolutely essential. Now you're gonna have one of the best views in the house from the master, as it should be. Existing master bath here. This comes into some guest suites, an office, a gym. Then we're coming back over here. That's where that existing pool is, right? Where we're doing that concrete slab. We're gonna have a little channel behind that's gonna be like a garden. So we're gonna put a lot of plants. It's gonna let some much needed natural light in. And then when you look through that stairwell, you're gonna be looking at like an awesome plant wall instead of just, you know, the side fence or something like that. So now let's go over here. And I want you to think about all the glass that's gonna be on the back of this house. Basically from that far left corner all the way to the far right corner facing the view is gonna be all glass. This whole home is gonna be transformed. All right, let's head back outside real quick. I wanna show you guys the downstairs. So looking at that slab over there on the left, you see how there's some stairs down. That's a really cool sunken living room. It's gonna be a game room. There's gonna be a projector screen. Our client said he might want it to opt as a golf sim. So like if we have some nets that drop down, it can be kind of a movie room and a golf sim. It'll be awesome. So right here, obviously this whole wall is getting blown out because this is part of the new huge game room. So this is where like the pool table will be. There's gonna be a full bar. This is kind of like the actual game room part of it, whereas down over there in the sunken living will be like a really cool media room. Coming through here, this all gets reworked. We're gonna have a giant utility room. We're adding some garage storage. There's a mud drop. Coming in here, that wall is gonna be gone. So we're gonna blow out that whole wall, and then we'll have this massive garage here, and then over there on the left will be the sport car garage. We're gonna have at least 5 cars. You might be able to fit 6 smaller cars, but this whole space is gonna be transformed. Our client has a lot of cars, so it's very important that we give them a lot of space. It still won't be enough. He's gonna have to house some of the really, really nice ones off site, but it's gonna be awesome. So guys, the $1 million pool, the project that keeps on giving. This is just a project that we freaking love around here. And God, I'm like so antsy to get started and show you guys just how awesome this is gonna be. And it's gonna be great because we're gonna go through all the details of the whole project. Structural steel, plumbing, electrical, HVAC, framing, all the stuff. Here we go with Ronnie. He is our in-house Jedi. Look at that shovel work. I'm not gonna lie, we gotta show this off. Pew, 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 pew. Yes, sir, Ronnie. That is actually Brian's cousin. I don't know if you guys remember Brian. He was like a team mascot, just always morale. Here's Jose, another great guy. I love his plumber's cracks, see him all the time. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. We are just waiting to really kick this off. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss.